Have you ever thought about one of these? There's not a whole lot here. It's just some plastic. There's a little bit of metal. A little bit of rubber in there as well. It might not be a whole lot of material, but the power this has is insane. It can give people life. It's got a lot of power. So I want to tell you about one of the most shocking things that I've learned that I think we all probably take for granted or just never really even thought about. But first, I want to tell you a little story about our former Vice President, Mike Pence, back when he was the governor of Indiana. In 2013, as soon as he got elected, his health advisors were telling him that there was a HIV pandemic starting. So he was very aware that there was a problem because of intravenous drug use. So from 2013 to 2015, nothing was done and the numbers were growing. By 2015, the numbers grew to 200 people in the small little town had HIV. The population was around 4,200. So a town so small, a population the size of 4,200, 200 of those people had HIV from IV drug use. And they had no access to clean needles. It's illegal. You're not even allowed to have a clean needle on you. So it took till 2015 for there to be enough push for Mike Pence to finally give in and declare a health emergency. And guess what he did? He said there could be a 30-day needle exchange, a temporary needle exchange. Temporary. There was a study done that if there would have been needle exchanges prior to 2011, 127 lives would have been saved. And no, I'm not saying that everybody that gets HIV is gonna die, but a lot of them will, because people in those types of situations generally don't go to the hospital and get care. If there would have been a needle exchange, 127 people's lives would have been saved. In that small little town of 4,000. That's a lot of people. What's the issue with needle exchanges? Why don't politicians want them? Is it, are they scared of people thinking that they support drug addiction, that they support an addict out there using drugs? What I find to be so shocking is that there's 185 needle exchanges in the whole United States. Guess how many addicts there are? Intravenous drug addicts. Intravenous drug users. 1 million. So that's 185 needle exchanges for the whole United States, and there's 1 million IV drug users in the United States. Those numbers don't even compare. I think a lot of us probably take it for granted. We don't think about it, whatever the case may be. But the evidence, the research, the data, it all proves that needle exchanges greatly decrease the amount of people infected with HIV, hepatitis C, and a number of other diseases that you can contract from intravenous drug use. I think we got to do something about this. There's still some states that it's illegal for needle exchanges to exist. The reason I'm making this video is just to try to bring a little bit of awareness to an issue that's happening in our country that I think goes unnoticed and it goes overlooked. Everybody knows drug addiction in our country is a big problem. But does everybody know that HIV in our country is still a problem? And that the HIV problem amongst the intravenous drug users could be decreased tremendously? I don't think we all know what an issue this actually is. And the stigma around it keeps politicians, for whatever reason, from doing anything about it. So I hope this video can just shed a little bit of light on that and maybe make a difference just for one person, even if only one person watches this.